Yo, welcome to another Highdeas movie review. And on this movie review, I am going to review His House. It's on Netflix. Let me figure out who it stars or who's in it. Nope. It's a bunch of new faces. It's as a young couple from war-torn South Sudan seeks asylum and a fresh start in England. They're tormented by a sinister force living in their new home. Cast Sope Dirizu. Excuse me. Sope Dirizu. I know I'm saying it wrong. Wunmi Masaku. Matt Smith. Director Remy Weeks. See, I didn't read all of this about the horror movie. It's an under the horror movie, it's supernatural. I just picked the movie and just played it. And so even just reading just the top here, it explains to me everything I was pretty much questioning at the beginning. So just a quick brief summary of how I feel about it before I get into the spoilers of it. It's not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's a confusing movie, but not in a bad way. They just structure it in a different type of way. But once they start putting the pieces and stuff together, it starts making a lot of sense. It's has some cool imagery, cool little scenes, especially when you deal with the entity that's in the movie. Just the appearance from afar, they did a good job with just making them look creepy. Kind of had that supernatural yellow-eyed demon look, if y'all know what I'm talking about. But overall, it was a decent movie. It was, like I said, there will be parts that will possibly confuse you, but once the story is fully told, then you'll be like, okay. It was a pretty good story. So check it out. I mean, His House. It's up there. It's new. Came out 2020. And so I'm going to give you some time. If you don't want to know the spoilers and you just want to go watch it yourself, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 4. I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you 1, 0. Review time. Starring the Hefe Hippie. You know how they turn around the chair. So, first thing I noticed in the movie was husband and wife, I guess, shows a possible flashback of them losing their, I put son at the time. Because the movie had kind of started with like them trying to get away or something. It was like escape. It was like they was trying to escape or something. And he ended up waking up from a dream apparently, and his wife was like, what were you dreaming about? He was like, I was dreaming of our wedding, basically not trying to tell her that he was having a dream of them losing their child. So she remarks, I guess that's why all the screaming. So I guess she knew he was lying. It was some black guy in the room. He was very negative. I wrote, whoever the black guy is in the room, he's negative as hell. Whoever he was, I think he was like, they're going to send you there, and then they're going to send you back. All they want to do is send you back. And I was like, well, damn, what are you mad? Because they didn't call your number first? You just going to hate on me? You going to hate on us? Black people, I tell you. I said, someone either trying to commit suicide or kill, or, hold up. Oh, either someone committed suicide or killed guards, or killed. I guess I was trying to write. It was some like these guys wrestling. It was like a lot of blood. Like as they were leaving, it was just you'll see. It's a weird kind of scene where it looked like the person probably might have possibly committed suicide. That's just something I wrote down. They had been released from the detention center. I was like the people there went in front of this panel with people, and they was basically telling them like. They was going to get released from detention, and they was all excited. And I was trying to figure out like detention, like what they do, like what did they do to be in the detention center, and there was a table of three white people, and they told them, you know, you're not actually like just released. You have to be released on bail. And so I wrote like what they did. Like I don't. And so uh, they had a lot of strict rules. And I wrote, I don't like white people. I was like, I don't like that the white people are the one talking to the two blacks like this. They were literally talking to them like dogs, as far as like, do you understand? Like, say yes if you understand. Say yes if you after every like rule. Like you can't eat after 8. Say yes if you understand. Do you know your left from right hand? Say yes if you understand. I was just like, and the guy was like, we're good people, you know. And he was like, yeah, whatever. Say yes if you understand. I was like, dude, I really hate racist type of movies. It just really pisses me off. Like I hate it. I just don't. So they get on this bus. After they just told them they was possibly going to be released on bail. They just release them, and they get on this bus. Nobody is telling them, you know, where they're going. They just get on this bus, and you know they ask. They don't tell them. Just roll out. Cool. So they're greeted by hold up, excuse me. So the guy pulls up to this house, this neighborhood. He gets out, takes their stuff, just drops it on the floor, gets in his car, and pulls off. I'm like, yo, what time period is this? Like, what am I missing something? Like, I'm trying to figure out why is it so racist in this movie? Like, what the hell is going on? I couldn't understand. I just didn't like the racist undertone there. Then he was greeted by some white guys. It's all these white people with these black people. It gave me really like Get Out vibes. Greeted by the white man who said something slick about you people. He said something about you people. I put what time period is this, and then he gave them more rules, telling them what they couldn't do. And at one point he had said something like, he said usually there's more people something like it's like more some. It was something about you people, but it's more of you, like more of you people. He was like, yeah, it's more of you people that used to be in here, but for some reason, y'all basically getting it for. It was something like it's just for y'all for some reason. It was like, why us? Whatever. You'll see what you see. I should have recorded it right after I saw it, but I had to take a nap, and it's a day later after, so I'm a day and a nap behind from recording when I was supposed to. So apparently they were given a home full of insects and old food wrappers, which I'm just like, damn, like this is what they feel of black people apparently. So apparently the black gentleman, African gentleman, he used to work at a bank. He said that. So I was like, I wrote, so what the F happened? He used to work at a bank. What happened? They keep saying they keep saying they won't go back. And the white guy keeps saying, be one of the good ones. And I was like, what the F? Like, what is up with this? Y'all keep talking about not going back. They keep talking about be good. Like, what is this? I'm trying to understand. Because like I said, I didn't read the plot, the summary, details. I just watched like 30 seconds of the trailer. And I was like, oh yeah, I like that. Let's go. I don't have patience sometimes. So, yeah, I wrote his bush blows me. That bush, I hate bushes, which is why I will never cut my hair again. Because if I have to grow it back, we won't be doing it. Because we're not doing the ush bush no more. I hate the ush bush. I hate the ush. If you keep wondering why my eyes keep shifting to both sides of the screen, I flip my camera so the camera I'm looking is on the opposite. Get it, whatever. So they had no electricity. I wrote, do they have water? I said they both need a shower because it was at the point they were just like chilling and like kind of smiling and sitting down with each other. I'm like, yo, y'all look like y'all stink. I need to like find some water and shower. I don't care if it's cold. You better fucking make some soap. Get it popping. He hears humming from the walls at night. People throwing stuff at his home, takes him back to his past. Like he just ends up holding his head. I guess it took him back to Sudan, where like it was a bunch of war or something, because you could hear like the sounds of it, I guess. and he almost had a panic attack, like literally, almost lost his cool. He puts his oh, that's when he hears like the humming again. So he puts his head to his face to the wall, and it like boom, like he hears like a knock inside, and then there's a hole in the wall down at the bottom that he tries to investigate. Like he sticks his arm up in there, and it's a cool scene where some scary looking person was on the floor behind him. Like they was like behind him. Like I can't remember if they were looking at him, but they were just doing something. They were just like looking very haunting and creepy like. Before like this bat flew out. So I wrote I presume he thinks the humming and bumping was the bat in the wall, which I don't know if bats hum, but okay. I didn't like that part. Like, come on. Common sense. You know that wasn't a damn bat. The bat does not hum. Not like that. That was like a person singing. When he came outside the next day, there was a lot of garbage outside of his home. I wrote, "Where are they? Like, where are they located?" But I would have known they was in England had I just read the goddamn what's it called? Strange white neighbor gives me the Get Out vibes. It was a lady in the window just stroking her cat. And I don't mean to sound sexual when I mean she literally was like stroking the cat thing in the window, looking at him, and he waved, and she just like. So I don't know. People just weird. So while at barbershop, he finds out he's in London. He's getting a haircut. Where did he get money? Did he get money? Getting nice. And then he finds out the guy he's talking to, or somebody walks up to him. Somebody asks him if he's a refugee. So I find out he's a refugee. So that's where they was in a refugee camp. Some guy gives him like a care package in the street. That's how I found out he's a refugee. He said, "Hey, are you one of them refugees?" He's like, "Yes, I be a refugee." He's like, "I got something for you." And gave him like a little care package with some stuff in it. And then he ends up going to some bar. He ends up having a good time, which was nice to see for him, considering the fact that he's been going through hell. So he was. I wrote he needs to sleep with his wife because they was eating or like sitting there eating food and just looking at each other and stuff. I'm like, yo, sleep with your wife. Y'all haven't done that since y'all moved in here. Y'all been in here, been walking through dirt and mud and all this crap. How about y'all just like take some tension out on each other real quick? I don't think he did that. I wrote his wallpaper fell off at one point, exposing this huge hole, the door opening behind him. He poured something in the wall that made the lights turn off. It was like this weird looking. No, he just kept pulling it, pulling it, pulling it. And I wrote, "There's someone behind him, and whatever he's pulling out looks disgusting. When it reaches its end, something reaches. Oh yeah, when it reaches at the very end, something like it was like a little doll, or something hanging down, like a hand reaching and pulled it." So he starts peeling all the wallpaper, all of it, peels all of it. I wrote esoteric checkerboard floor in the background. Just thought that was funny to always see those and everything. She opens a door she opens a door looking for her husband and sees children in the back of a truck. I guess having another flashback. Like so, she opens this door like outside or whatever, or bathroom, whatever. And when she opens it, she sees like her kid in the back of this truck, and it kept doing stuff like that. So you're like, it just was at times it was confusing because it kept going back and forth like that, and you'd be like, what? So excuse me, I lost my. So she leaves some random white kid. Oh yeah, she leaves because some white kid like ran up on her like, "Are you a refugee?" Like he kind of ran up on her. He was like, "Hey, hey," I was trying to get her attention, and I was just like, "What is it with the white kids or the white people and these refugees?" But I guess I guess I understand why they're being like that. Not saying it's right, but I guess I understand because they're different. And you make fun of things that you don't understand. So she weirdly gets turned down, no, turned around, like she gets turned around on the wrong street or something while trying to get to the clinic. She runs across these three black kids, and they were just extremely rude and mean to her, and like was mocking her accent, and talking about you need to go back to Africa. And I'm sitting there listening. I'm sitting there like, where you ignorant black kids think y'all came from? Y'all thought y'all black asses was born in London, or was your parents refugees, or their parents refugees, and because they've been in the country is why you're here in the country thinking that you belong? When nigga, you're just like them. I really wanted to slap the hell out of all three of them. But that should go right there. Shows you a lot. Like, just think of that in a bigger context. I don't have time to go into. So, apparently her family was butchered. She was telling the lady when she got to the clinic, she marked herself to survive. So that apparently, she had marked herself with both signs for each village. So I guess if she had it on this arm and she showed it, if she was in the other spot, she showed it on this arm. You know what I'm saying? Basically, whatever it was, she did to try to stay alive. She lost her daughter when they crossed the sea. When they knocked in the wall, something like knocking to the wall, or knocking in the wall. Like you hear it knocking the wall, and it caused these peaches to like fall off the table. They like roll all the way past the woman to like this hole in the where the wall is, and she's looking in the hole, and she spots something in the wall. I said, why won't either of them tell them what they experienced? Like the husband, at this point, the husband and the wife, neither one of them said anything to each other about what they experienced. So the husband come home. He starts talking about, they got a home now. We should start having a family. And the face she makes, she looked like she wanted to punch him right in the face, bro. It was so funny. And then she starts telling some ghoulish, haunting African story. It was very haunting to hear. Hold up. Then they start arguing over the dead daughter, and she calls him a liar. Every time she bring up the daughter, he kind of like shut your mouth, be quiet, shut the fuck up. Like he always shut her up. Like he don't want to hear it. Don't talk about it. Don't say it out loud. It didn't happen. He sees some person in the dark. I wrote, is this a supernatural movie? Apparently it is. And I just read what's it called? Cool part when the person vanishes, walks by, like the person had saw him and then like vanished and it was like mommy and they would walk right past his face. That was a cool sequence. A lot of y'all probably would jump on that, not me. Hold up. I be writing this stuff so he sees a little I wrote I said he sees the little Get Out boy. I meant not Get Out boy. I meant the all of us boy. The one from wasn't not Get Out, but it was the second one with the Lupita and the little black kid in that movie. He looked like him with the mask on. The Duality movie. Jordan Peele. Us. The Us movie. Look like the little Us boy. All right. So you see like the little Us boy stabbing the floor, then tries to attack, but when he puts the flashlight on him, nothing happens. Like when the lights cut on, basically everything stops. Once the light hit him or whatever, the husband starts panicking, burns something. I think that has to do with the daughter. Oh yeah, he takes all the daughter's clothing and articles and items, and he's burning them outside. His wife has this necklace on. He sees it. He rips it off. She's like, "This, I don't take this." He took it from her anyway and burnt it because apparently she thinks that they've been cursed by some witch from where they're from. And he's basically like, well, if we're cursed, we got to burn everything from the daughter, and now we're uncursed. That's what he thought. Um, and the wife looks super dead. Like, she looks crushed after that. He's really trying to get in this wall, or was he fixing the electricity? Because as he's digging all in the wall, like he's scratching in the back of his ass, the lights come back on. He caught his wife talking to an empty chair. Some voices telling her she can't get her daughter. No, the voices are telling her she can get her daughter back, and she's afraid of him. Oh, and she should be afraid of him. I wrote, I see a swerve. They may kill each other. That's what I put. They pan out. He's eating alone with his wall blown out and in the water. He has some crazy vision of dead people. And so as he's talking to his wife, I'm like, yo, this is what I'm saying. The movie just starts confusing you because he's sitting there talking to his wife. The same wife who he just walked up to, who was talking to an empty chair. Now, they're showing him sitting there talking to nobody. And then you're like, what? And then the wall is like bust out and he's like in the sea. It's very interesting. He hears a little girl voice calling Baba or Mama. Mama was either Baba or Mama, something like that. When the lights turn out, skip. He keeps seeing dead things, or is it old memories, hearing voices? Then he hears a little girl saying Mama or Baba. When the lights turn on, two demons appear. Lights turn out. The us kid is there. Kid turns the lights off. The demons appear. Lights cut on. Everyone gone. He sees the us boy in the wall. He starts going crazy, beating the wall. He starts beating the house up, like Mike Tyson giving Roy Jones body shots. Reminds me of the possession of Amityville Horror. His voice was changing as well. It's like, it's my house. It's my house. Like, it was getting all demonic-ish. He applies to get a new home. He goes back to the white people. The same ones is like, you better be good. We're going to send your black ass back. He goes to them. He's trying to apply for a home. Everybody's looking at him like he's crazy. Like, the woman asks him why he wants to leave. Hold up. Everyone looks at him weird. Yeah. So at one point, he was going home, and the woman next door was like, basically, he needs to. Why do you want to leave? You know, like, or you should leave. And she was like, I give you a week before you leave. You know, before they come and get you, or something like that. And then the people that he went and visited to come and complain about the house, they actually came and visited the home. Now remember, I told you, he just peeled all the paint off the walls. His house looks terrible. It's a bunch of holes. He beat the wall up like he was trying to save his mother from a fucking assault. Like, he beat the shit out of his house. His house looked terrible. So when they see this house, they're just like, another one of you refugees who don't know how to fucking take the shit, literally, shit we give you. So, yeah, his wife, the wife is a trip. The wife just starts telling the truth. Like, my husband is dealing with supernatural things, and it's been defeating the house, and blah, blah, blah. She started telling the whole thing. And the people start looking at her like, yeah, whatever, lady. Stop smoking the weed. That's what he was looking at. Get off the pipe. So he was looking. And I was like, I wrote, the wife was always dropping knowledge. She started just dropping a little anecdote, just dropping some. She just be dropping deep lines on you out of nowhere. That was her thing. Deep lines. And hold up. I wrote, he keeps saying this is his home. She says she's leaving regardless. So I guess that's everybody when they left. She's talking about she's going to leave. Like, I don't care what you're talking about. We need to go. There's something effed up here. We need to roll out. He's like, I'm not going back. This is my house. Did she already go outside yet? Yeah, she did. So, remember, she went outside. He had actually asked her that told her, like, you need to go outside. So she had went out for that clinic. I'm bringing that all to segue to what's about to happen. So he keeps saying this is his home. She says she's leaving. He said, no, you're not. And he literally turns the house into a prison. Like, he breaks off all the locks off the doors. He puts all these certain locks and stuff on the doors so she can't get out. Everything is locked up. She can't she can't do nothing. She's stuck in the house now. So he lights a little candle, sits in front of sits on the couch, and he literally waits apparently 5 hours to talk to the spirit. Instead of just coming when it was getting dark, he sat there from when the light was up to when the light went dark to talk to the spirit. He could have did the same thing if he just waited till it was dark. That's what I'm saying. So apparently he fell asleep because that's, I guess, how he talks to the demon. And he looked like the yellow, the voice was calling him a thief. And I'm like, a thief? Doesn't make sense to the story, but okay. And I put yellow-eyed demon. I've seen many times. Maybe it's real. Like, so many different TV shows show this yellow-eyed demon. Maybe this yellow-eyed demon is an actual yellow-eyed demon is real. Maybe somebody's actually seen this motherfucker. Because it can't be a coincidence that multiple shows. Or maybe it's just a cool eye color that shows up nice in the production final cuts. But I don't know. They always call it specifically yellow. Like Brightburn was red. You know what I'm saying? His eyes was red. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The yellow-eyed demon thing. It's very intriguing. I may need to do some research. You know me. So, we're almost done, people. We're almost done. So the yellow-eyed demon basically wants him to kill himself to get the girl back. Cool part, when he tells the demon, he tells the demon basically, pictures don't hurt me, because the demon's trying to persuade him. He's like, yo, you can't touch me, because he had put his hand in this fire that the demon was standing there. He was like, oh, you can't touch me. Oh, so I don't care. Do what you want. Matter of fact, get you a bedroom and get comfortable in this mother sucker. Because we ain't going nowhere. If you can't touch me, oh, we good. That's how he was acting. And so when he tells him that, the demon takes his reality, like takes it to somewhere else. And he's back in the water. And he's watching, he sees the little girl in the water, and he tries to cover his eyes, but like his own hands came from behind him and removed his hands from his eyes, and he tried to turn away, and then another set of hands that's already on top of the other set of hands comes and turns his head so to watch what was going on, and the little girl was throwing up an octopus or something like that. The wife finds husband in like a catatonic state. He's just sitting there like. And he peed himself. That showed he had wet himself. She tried to get the hell out of there. But he broke out of that catatonic state immediately. Stopped that. Thwarted that. I wrote, has to be a dream. Coming to the close. This is not going to be as long as the last one. Perfect. She really think this is real. No. Excuse me. I'm skipping. I wrote, it has to be a dream because when she runs out the house, she runs into Africa. Like she's in Africa all of a sudden. Back where everything basically began. She walks into this room and she's with all these African women. And they all like giving her love. And in the middle of all the love giving, because I was like, is this a dream? I was like, as I was writing this is what happened. I was like, she really think this is real, because she was like engaging with everybody. And then right after I wrote, she really thinks this is real, I put, nope, she calls the demon out. Like she's like laughing and stuff, or whatever. She was like, you know what? She was like, I know who you are. You know, like I know what you're trying to do, type. So she called him out. And the demon basically wants her to kill him, or at least cut his skin, cut his flesh, and he will give the girl to her. So the wife The wife wakes up in a cabinet. Like, what? Dog. She ran out the door into Africa and woke up in a cabinet in regular time. I don't know. I was confused. I couldn't understand. I said they both want to go insane because of this damn demon. They're going. This demon is something else. I said, hold up. They are back in Africa. Is this a flashback? I'm confused. So then they show that basically this is when the movie starts to really connect and make sense. When they was trying to flee and the people were taking the kids and children and babies type stuff, the women and kids, or the fat like something like that. He was saying to this lady like, my family, we need to go. Like we need to go with y'all because they were about to die basically. Like, we got to go, and they were like, no, we're only taking children. So he turns and sees this little girl standing there, who you think is his daughter the whole time, and he's like, here, he's holding the girl up, like, see, it's a little girl, it's a little girl. So they end up getting on the transport, and they're starting to leave, and the little girl apparently sees her mom on outside, like her actual mom, not the wife that's with the husband. And the little girl starts screaming, "Mama, mama!" So now that's what the baba. It wasn't baba. It was mama. Like she was like, "Mama, mama!" I was screaming, "Mama!" And like the people, a couple of people on the bus was looking at the mom and the husband. You know, like, "What's up?" You know, like. So they basically stole the child, which is why the demon was calling him a thief. So they stole the child. At some point, when they was in the water, some type of accident, the boat flipped over, or they was trying to cross the ocean. He saved his wife and basically was like, F the kid, and left the kid to drown. She just drowned. So I thought that was a good way to tie everything back up. Um, so she never had a daughter. And I was like, well, how did she get this? How did she start believing that? If she never had a daughter, maybe she just had a trauma that just, I don't know. I don't know. The voice kept saying that he could bring the daughter back. The husband needs to be dead, basically, or cut. So they're sitting at the table. The wife, he's sitting at the couch. The wife, or he's sitting at the table. The wife sees the knife on the counter. She walks past it because she looks at it, but she walks past it. When she turned back around, she sees the knife is gone, and he put it on the table. So she's like, "Oh shit." He eventually cuts himself, and he's like, "I'll die for the girl." I guess he started feeling bad. So at some point, it's like some naked. Oh yeah. So he cuts himself, and he's coming. The guy's coming. The demon is coming. And the only thing I have to say, this demon looked. He was a horrible looking demon. Like he looked like a bad naked sketch of Donald Trump. That's that like I can't. And I'm not trying to just throw Donald Trump name. I'm just being funny. Like I've seen sketches, funny sketches of him. That demon person looked like a funny sketch of Donald Trump. He was like a naked, shriveled up. It was weird. It was like a fat. He had like a portly belly. It was weird. Like, I don't know who thought of a demon or that or whatever, but that joke was very interesting looking. Um, so he sticks his hand like in his wound, and he's like, I don't know if he's entering his body or whatever he's doing, but he's like going in the body. At the same time, they do like another flashback. I write another flashback. I'm confused, and she's back with the women in Africa. So I'm like, hold up, was that a dream? Like, was it one of these movies that showed this whole stuff and none of that actually happened? It's just all in her head. I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. But then the wife basically tells the demon like, nah, because he in the when they brought her back to Africa, the little girl was there, and so she basically was like, nah, f that little girl, I'm going back, and she breaks out of this dream or whatever and comes and cuts the demon's neck from over top of her husband, and she killed the demon. And when the people came to see the house, because I mean that was it, just killed the demon. That was yep, cut his throat, kind of like Freddy Krueger, brought him into the real world, killed him for real. All right, and the people came to check out the house, and they had basically they didn't put the wallpaper up, but they filled all the holes. And the guy talked about the white guy asked if you know is the witch still hunting y'all, and they told him that they killed it, and the white guy left. And then it just ended with a bunch of people looking at each other. So, hey, there you go. His house. Yeah, it had, like I said, it was cut differently, cut interestingly, with different scenes, kind of confused you, but it never like went too far off of what the story was. I thought it was pretty decent for a Netflix movie because Netflix sucks. And I like horror movies or movies that try to do something scary. And even if the movie doesn't scare me, I try to enjoy the story. I thought for what it was, like I said, I keep putting that in there. For what it was a really good story. And you got a girlfriend or something. It's cold outside. You need to snuggle up. We'll get you a cup of hot chocolate. I don't drink coffee. If you drink coffee, good for you. Never had coffee. Don't ask me why. Don't need it. Got too much energy. But I would love some hot chocolate. And snuggle up with your girl there and watch your little movie. His House on Netflix, yo. Check it out. And you know me, smoke weed.